What's good, y'all? It's your boy BioSpider 3.0, keeping the action going with the Mafex number 223 Daredevil figure. All right, this is the comic version of Daredevil. Now, I am gonna actually switch up the review style today, and I think maybe going forward, depending on you guys' feedback, I may keep this style of review, going forward and like in the near future, but it all really depends on the feedback that you guys give me based off of this one today. So what I'm going to do with this Daredevil is, instead of dropping a full review for this video, I'm just going to do a very quick unboxing and give you guys, my thoughts about the, the figure right out of the package. How do the joints feel? The overall feel of the figure. Does it feel like it's going to articulate good? I'll briefly show off the accessories and whatnot, and then we'll jump into the actual review after I've, kind of played around with the figure and actually seen what it's able to do, because I feel like in some ways that will give you guys, a more thorough review, at the end of the day. I know a lot of reviewers who tend to actually do the review after they've played around with the figure, and I think that is, kind of a more effective way to do it. After all, it is called a review, so if you think about it, you've already kind of, viewed the figure, right, and played around with it essentially, and then given your thoughts on it. I feel like that is like the most thorough way to actually do a review. And Anthony's Customs and some other guys that I watch on YouTube, they usually don't just like unbox something for the first time and just give you a review right off the bat. And so I feel like I need to actually play around with these figures for a bit, especially this being like a Mafex, all the things that he comes with, and all the type of articulation and whatnot. I feel like we should definitely do something like that. And so I think I'm gonna start doing that. Plus, I did mention back, a while ago, I don't remember what video it was, but I did mention to you guys that I wanted to kind of step away from unboxing every single figure, that we review, just because I feel like it'll save time. I think, like, obviously when we introduce like a new line or something to the channel, like a new line for the first time, obviously I still want to do unboxings and things like that, right? So if it's a line that we've never seen before, I would like to do, unboxing for that first figure in the line that we look at. But I think, it's not necessarily important to unbox every single figure in the review, in the actual review. So yeah, with this guy, I'm just gonna go ahead and crack him open. I'm gonna tell you guys my first initial thoughts, and then I'll have the actual review up for you, later. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right. So yeah, and in the actual review, I'll actually show off, more of the packaging and all that stuff in the beginning, but he'll already be, out of box. So that's how we're gonna do it. So let's go ahead and do it. All right, the Mafex Daredevil, man. I have been waiting on this guy for a minute now. All right, so let's go ahead and get him out of the box so I can give you guys my first thoughts on him. Alright, so got the tray off, first layer. Put this back over here. Alrighty then. There is Mr. Daredevil. Of course, all the accessories are kind of flailing around, so move those out the way. But here he is in my hand. All right. And so let's get him kind of situated here. All right, so I will say, first initial thoughts out of the box, he does feel very sturdy. I think that's the right word to use here. The joints do feel really good. I'm kind of playing around with them right now. The joints feel nice and tight. Yeah, he feels like a durable figure, if that makes sense. The plastic feels very good quality. The paint and everything comes off very premium. And yeah, he just feels like a, quality figure. Definitely a more expensive than your typical action figure. So yeah, very, very nice, man. I'm liking the feel of this guy. So real quick, here he is. Just gonna show him off very briefly here, so you can see what he looks like. But yeah, Very, very nice. Liking it. Straight out of the packaging. He has a very nice, you know, silhouette to him. Very nice looking physique. Heroic. And yeah. So those are my first initial thoughts, man. The joints do feel really good on him. The paint feels very nice. It's not sticky or anything like that. It's, you know, nice, very, very nice, mostly matte finish. And he looks pretty good, man. Got a little bit of a sheen to him, but not too much. So yeah, that's my first initial thoughts. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to, you know, let you guys know in this part of the video. And then we'll go ahead and do the actual review in just a bit. So I'm going to play around with him for a bit, and then I'll drop the review, and you guys will see that very soon. So see you in part 2, I guess. Peace out. Thanks, guys.